All right, let's continue this. We we're halfway through phase 2, and we are literally 10 days away from you know end game. So we gotta hurry. Uh, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, is by far the one everyone points out as the turning point of Phase 2. It's by far the one that everyone looks at as probably either their favorite, one of the favorites. I don't know if I'd consider it my favorite or one of my favorites. I got my top 3 is really solidified until Endgame changes that. But my top 3 are very solidified right now, and that's not in my top 3. I don't think it's in my top 5. It's definitely in my top 7. I love Winter Soldier. It's a great movie, and it gives so much more character to Captain America. He was really just a blank slate in his first 2 appearances in the MCU. He was just a guy who just wanted to fight in First Avenger, and he was just a leader. He was just a stoic leader with a crappy suit in the first Avengers, in the Avengers. That's just what he was. And now he's got character. He's got motivations. He's got so much emotional depth to him that it feels like he did a complete 180. But you know what? I am super excited because it started a story arc for him that started in this film, continued to Age of Ultron, then to Civil War, then to Infinity War, and will now conclude in Endgame. And his arc has been fantastic so far, and I can't wait to see how it ends in Endgame. So yeah, Chris Evans definitely brings it in this role, and the Russo brothers, who are now synonymous with directing some of the best MCU films, definitely pulled no punches for Cap's character in this one. The rest of the characterization of Maria Hill, Nick Fury, Black Widow, and Falcon are all great, and Bucky as the Winter Soldier. The characterization that they did, the death of the characters too, each character feels sort of fleshed out. Even Falcon doesn't get that much bit of screen time. I mean, he feels fleshed out enough. We find out that he's a military man, and that's why he and Cap develop a close bond. And he was more like Air Force type guys, so that's why he gets the Falcon suit. So we definitely get to learn more about his character, and we get a little bit of insight that I take Nick Fury's past in this one on something, and Black Widow's past, and both of which will be evaluated more later on. So yeah, that's really exciting. The plot of this movie is really cool. It's the first MCU film to feel different from the rest. Like, every MCU film has a similar sort of feeling, but this one is the first one that felt different. Each MCU film after this has felt different in tone and type of film it is. This is a spy noir type film, and it benefits so much. And it's got espionage and spy eyes and action and stealth mission operatives and stuff, and betrayals and government agency is Nazi war criminals. It's got everything to make a good espionage film, and it is a good espionage film. So they nailed that aspect of the film. And the plot twist definitely helps improve a lot of stuff from like Iron Man 2. Senator Stern's whole plot about wanting to get Iron Man suit in Iron Man 2 feels so much more evaluated when you find out that, oh, he's one of the SHIELD members and a member of the government that was part of Hydra, because yeah, it turns out a bunch of SHIELD is controlled by Hydra, which also creates a plot hole in Avengers, but you know what? It also helps Iron Man 2's case, so you know what? You win some, you lose some. And it doesn't affect that much about Avengers. It's just a small little detail that's like, oh, hey, wait a minute, Tony Stark did that. Why didn't he find out about Hydra? It doesn't really matter. It's still it's still a really good twist. I love the emotion and depth between Cap and Bucky. It feels so great. But I don't feel like Bucky this isn't really that much of an adaptation of the Winter Soldier comic, and I don't feel like Bucky is truly worthy. Yeah, the film may sort of center around him, but he's not truly worthy of having this film be around him. In fact, Civil War is more about Bucky than Winter Soldier is about Winter Soldier. He barely shows up. It's not until the third act where it starts to become around him. This is more about Hydra. So the original, so like the fake title for Captain America 3, Serpent Society, I feel like that could have been the title of this movie. Because yeah, Serpent Society definitely depicts Hydra. So I feel like that could have worked in this movie. But, oh, whatever. The villain is another weaker Marvel villain. The actor does a good enough job playing him, but he's just a one-off Bond type villain that doesn't quite work for me. Yeah. Most of the action is good. There's definitely some bits that aren't that good, but Russo brothers are good at one thing with their is shaky cam. Most directors, when they do shaky cam, they can't pull it off. It's very hard to pull off good shaky cam, but the Russo brothers are mostly really good at doing that. Like there's this scene earlier on a boat where it's shaky cam where Cap's taking out some guys, but it feels good, because of course you're on a boat and you're inside while someone's beating up everyone. It's gonna feel claustrophobic and moving. So the camera does a great job at emulating that feeling. But sometimes the shaky camera gets a little too much. There's an awesome elevator fight scene that is easily one of the best MCU fights. Easily one of the best MCU movie fight scene. So yeah, that fight scene is awesome. And yeah. There's one thing I don't like about it is that it's halfway through the film it starts going out. Like it does some risks. It takes risks. It kills Nick Fury. And you think, holy crap, they did that. Whoa. Oh. Shield's being destroyed? What? No. Okay, this is changing everything we know about the MCU. But at the last minute, it just pulls its punches. Nick Fury turns out to still be alive, and S.H.I.E.L.D. ends up coming back, but it fully comes back in Age of Ultron, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the show. So it ends up, like, you think, oh crap, they're going for it, but Russo brothers pull their punches. They do that again in Civil War. I'll talk more about that when I review Civil War. Oh, but they definitely don't pull punches in Infinity War, and hopefully they won't do that for Endgame. I got a bunch of minor details that I kind of have issues with, stuff I won't bug you with, but this is definitely a good movie, and I can see why it can be people's favorites. I am going to give Captain America, the Winter Soldier, 89 S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarriers out of 100. Definitely worth checking out, especially on a rewatch. It starts off, and if you really want to get into Cap's arc in game, this is a definite movie that you have to watch. It's really good, and it evaluates his arc so much. I love it so much. His character now, oh man, so good. We're 10 days away. 10 days. No, I said that in my last review, but I just still can't believe it. There's been a lot of stuff going around. Someone apparently spoiled a bit of Endgame. I didn't get any of that. I think they took it. I think the Russo brothers managed to contain it. It's off. I believe it's off the internet now. Hopefully, make sure you don't look at that. And Russo brothers and the actors are very adamant, and Marvel are very adamant. They worked so hard, 3 years on this, and they don't want it to be ruined all in just a couple Twitter posts and YouTube videos. You have to see this for yourself. You don't want it to be ruined by other people. No, that's why you see the hashtag don't spoil the Endgame around. Spread that around. Make sure someone doesn't spoil it. That's so disappointing. I hate when people spoil stuff. The only time I ever talk about something to someone who hasn't seen a movie is if they let me. Okay, if a person doesn't care about spoiling Endgame, ask them first if you want to talk about the ending and they haven't seen it. But don't spoil it. Don't be that person. That's about it. Thank you guys so much. much for watching. I'm Jordan. I'm Jordan Reeves, signing off.